Man, they've got me in TikTok shops and Amazon shops and Walmart shops and holy shit, shops I don't even know what shops are. When they're incentivized to do that, it's just
It's like there's their account, and then you're just like the proxy.
that's right. They need LLCs, they need a US citizen, they need somebody to be able to do the banking and the phone numbers and the credit cards and call every once in a while if there's an issue and this, that, and the other, so you're going to be involved a little bit, but
The real reason that VAs usually fail to do product substitution is because they just don't care enough to do it right. Right? It's like you're seeing the data and you have to make a decision based off the data, right? And a VA could be careless with that unless you do it the way that you do it and you incentivize the VAs heavily.
there's a million VAs that want a job. You pay them by the hour if you have to and say, look, I'm test marketing this training. I need you to do the training, follow along, ask it questions, and, warm up 5 Amazon accounts and prove you can do that.
But one of the key lessons that right that I learned from that big Jonathan, right? Because he is the one guy that scaled the business to like another level. Like I've never seen anyone scale it with the way he did it, but he had his number one problem was actually having skilled operators, right? That was like the core, that was a problem that he had all this time. He had all of the accounts and they were performing okay, but the guys who work on their accounts by themselves, right, the results are like on a different level. But that's because they care enough to go through the training, or they got the information that they needed. So if we could have like a VA training course that kind of takes everything that we know, right, makes it into like an SOP. If this happens, do this. This happens, do that. Then we can have skilled operators to operate like batches of accounts. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, and all I can tell you, and I don't know if you've played with it at all, but I mean, you couldn't even have done this 6 months ago with AI. You just have to create the call and the conversation. It will get rid of all the fluff, and it will create the entire course for you. And you can, especially if you use a notebook LM or something like that, that it can then train that VA or person in the way that person needs to learn it too. So. I'm just telling you, all you need these days, as far as I'm concerned, is the raw material, the raw conversation, um, and the AI will clean it up into an amazing course.
That's awesome. We literally have like 52 meetings here that we recorded that are like 4 hours each,
Yeah,
right, from the last 2 years or so. And then if yeah, let's see what we could do with that.
yeah.
Like these meetings are crazy in depth. It's crazy. And we have, you're right, we have
Well,
all the raw
you probably
material.
have enough material now because you literally could feed all that in and say, look, I only want you to concentrate on the conversations on warming up eBay accounts. So from these 52 calls and these, 50
Amazing.
hours, it will
Amazing.
literally transcribe and go through the whole thing and only take out the information. And that's how you just start and play with it, Sammy. And again, just open the AI and say, hey, direct me how to do this, and
Amazing.
it will literally transcribe and go through the whole thing, and it will pull out all the information you already have for all this.
Amazing.
But
Amazing. Yeah, no, that is freaking cool, man. That's a great idea.
yeah. Can I
That's a
just
great.
say that he's absolutely right? AI is amazing. I went into AI and I told AI that I wanted a raise. I told it exactly what I do, the hours and what I do with my daughter, and it did me a note to my employer, a letter to my employer. I took that letter and I sent that letter, emailed that letter to my employer. My employer reached out to me in an email back to me saying, Veronica, you have been with us for quite a long time. You can have the raise. He gave me a raise from a letter from AI. The other day, I took AI and I told AI, I want to correct my credit. I want to fix my credit. It told me where to go to get the free FICA credit reports, told me how to put it in. It broke it down. It told me what my good points were, what my bad points were, what I needed to do to raise my good points. It told me the credit cards I need to apply for. It told me everything. And it said if I continue on the road that it gave me, that within within 90 days, my credit score would be 700 or better, just following. And I got the credit card. It told me that I would get, it told me what credit card to apply for. And I literally got the credit card. So it is amazing. Just like Dan said, it will do as long as you know what it is you want to accomplish. You have to know, though, what it is you want to accomplish. Then you can go in and put in what it is that you want to do. It's fantastic. I
Yeah,
swear.
no, you guys are totally right. Dan, great idea. I'm gonna exactly what you said. I think you're right. We might have all the training material already, and then let's just see if we can polish it, organize it,
Yeah.
and then if we can train technicians to be able to do it. We spoke about this
And again,
topic
you
over
could
and
literally
over.
set it up, instead of just being a video course like we're used to. I mean, you really set it up as an AI chat box, training, meaning that VA is asking questions as it's learning.
Hmm.
That's the whole new wave, Sammy, is people aren't just watching YouTube to learn anymore. I mean, Notebook LM, man, I'll tell you, you watch that, it'll blow you away. It'll create a whole podcast on the training, and then you can interrupt the podcast and start asking questions. And it's as if you called in a radio show. So your training is going to be set up with all the course material, but you're going to set it up with a chat box that literally that VA or that person learning is
Hmm.
asking questions as the course is going on, and the course is creating little quizzes based on how that person needs to learn. And that's all completely available already. It's
Right.
wild, absolutely wild.
Right. No, I think it's a great idea. Funny enough, we started this project already. Um,
Nice. Awesome.
it's sniper.io/chat, right? It's not out yet, but slowly we're chipping in, and then just getting all of like the back end ready with every question. So somebody like a VA can come in and then they had this problem, what do I do? And then they just put it in. So that way it's based off of all of our training. So that's exactly as you said. The only problem that I had with this was getting the raw material. And the problem that I faced with the raw material is like we fed it like a whole bunch of material, right? And we tried to clean it up, and then it wasn't as accurate as we could write it, right?
Hmm.
So the quality check, there had to
Well,
be like an
I mean, were you
intermediary.
trying different, not to go on a rabbit trail here, but I mean, were you just using ChatGPT? Did you try Claude? I mean, what were you kind of using to go to do that?
I was using ChatGPT, and then I was using the new 5.0 model.
Yeah, you might try Claude for that. That I
Hmm.
mean, and again, even the free versions, you would be shocked, even the different models, how much difference it makes. And, I mean, I know you knew all this, but for the prompting, it's really important, triple check your work, ask me any questions before you answer. You've got to challenge the AI to do with it. But the biggest thing that I will tell you is, for something like this, I wouldn't just run it through ChatGPT 5.0. I would run it through ChatGPT's AI agent, because the AI agent opens up multiple, sessions of LLMs, and they work in tandem with each other, to really create the material. So it's a
Right.
whole different world using the AI agents versus just using like a 5.0.
Yeah, no, I got you. In the end, we kind of concluded that the way we're gonna do it is right now we're doing a lookup table, right? Like the main point of this was to have the accuracy, right? Because the accuracy is what the devil's in the detail in this business, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So with that being said, it's like the main thing we're using the AI for right now is to just match up the user's query with the questions in our database, and we're using uh, some type of vector encoding, a vector match to
Yeah,
make that happen. Yeah,
yeah.
so but you're right in like getting all of the like we got all the questions. Now the answers, as you said, we could just run it through uh like any type of model and then use notebook LM and then we'll have like a very comprehensive answer. It's it's a beautiful way of doing it. It's
Yeah.
honestly like amazing, dude. Honestly, that is the way. I'm gonna now like I'm like itching to try it now. Like
Dude,
I'm
and
feeling
listen,
like
I'm nowhere near where you are. I'm new to it. I didn't start looking into the AI stuff until February, but man, I got 10 hours a week in easily, just blown away and playing with it and doing all kinds of shit and building or whatever. And it just absolutely it is just every day amazes the shit out of me. And man, it's just getting better and better and better. A year from now, uh, I mean, ex, it is exploding and getting better so quick that even the challenges we're talking about right now are not even going to be challenges a year from now. It's going to be so good.
100%. So can we agree that the biggest obstacle that we have is the training? Would that be a fair conclusion to scaling the business?
Yeah,
Yes.
because training absolutely will,
Yes.
training will definitely allow you to scale unlimited. And there's no question. So if you can train people and VAs especially, and that's the nice thing with AA, it'll even translate the language for you. You
Right.
know, that makes all the difference in the world.
Right. So just to be clear, like the biggest like that was the biggest issue that I actually found. Like just training the VAs, um, or just people like technicians or whatever to be able to scale the business. So if that problem can be solved, then like eBay, dropshipping, like the $1 million plan is pretty much laid out.
And listen, it's not that hard of a use case because you create the training and there's a million VAs that want a job. You pay them by the hour if you have to and say, look, I'm test marketing this training. I need you to do the training, follow along, ask it questions, and warm up 5 Amazon accounts and prove you can do that. And then go hire another VA that doesn't know anything about any of this, that just is hungry to learn and get a job and say, look, here's our eBay warm up course, right? Here's the information we're going to use, the address, we're going to feed it all in. You have one job. You need to, warm up 5 eBay accounts. I'm going to give you the AnyDesk with, the 5 different IPs on their own computers. Prove that this works. I'll pay you by the hour, for the next 4 weeks and go warm them up.
Right. Yeah, Dad, you know what the funny thing about this conversation to me is? The thing that I was running away from the most is the thing that I'm becoming. Like like I
Yeah.
was running away from that corporate job, everything like that.
Yeah.
But that evil that I was running from is what there was a quote. It's like you die young to die a hero, or you live long enough to become the villain.
Yep, yep, yep. Well,
That's
there's definitely one thing being in the corporate world, another thing when you own it at least and you own your time, even though most of us, you know, business owners, we work twice as hard as if we had just gotten a damn job.
100%, 100%. Yeah, the entrepreneurs are the only ones that put 80 hours a week just so that they don't have to do 40.
Yeah, that's exactly right, brother.
The great irony behind it, man. Holy
Yep.
crap. But yeah, Dan, that was I appreciate that. That's gonna be the next project that I do just to get the training out. Because if I can get another VA that can do product substitution, like I hired a new VA and I'm having trouble training them because I'd have to do it personally. But as you said, if I can create that material and then they can go through it.
And it's cheap, right? You're just creating the material and you try it with a VA and be like, look, we're gonna, I'm gonna hire you to work, you know, 5 hours a week for the next 4 weeks. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, you got to tweak it. What do you got to lose? You know, you go out and hire 5 VAs and say, look, here's the course material, you know, go do it. But I think just concentrate on something very specific. You know, it's
Yeah.
one course for one thing, and and don't use the VAs you're already using. Go out and get somebody completely fresh, you know, that's just hungry to do. They'll be, you know, how many VAs do you see in there, man? On like .ph, right? You know, and you know, they'll do it, they'll bend over backwards. You just got to give them the training and say, look, we're just trying to create this software, prove whether it works or not, give us input to improve it. That's your job. And trust me, if it works, you have unlimited hours that you're going to be able to work because I have a whole team of people that'll hire you.
I'm telling you, that great idea. That's man, great call, man. I'll give you an update as I test it. That that was my greatest problem at this moment. Honestly, like I have the same VAs that are working, and then to grow my accounts, I need more
Yeah.
people that can focus on
Man, just do them
operations.
completely separate, brother. Just grab
Yeah.
completely ones off the street, you know, excuse my term, you know what I mean, you know, just that are fresh, you know, that are not tainted, that maybe not even, maybe they've done eBay or not. That's up to you. But, you know, you've got enough course material. I'm telling you, and, you know, if you need to get on a call with me, again, I'm no expert. I'm never, don't take it that way.
You
But
are. You're just
Notebook
humble.
LM, I think, would be one that would be really good for feeding all your raw material in and have it creating an interactive course that a VA could run through. I think that one would be a tool to take a serious look at.
Yeah, no, great point, dude. So and then if you need anything else, just let me know. Like we'll try to go ahead and like uh just make this thing so that everybody can get to like 10K a month per account as easy as possible. And, and then from there we gotta do a big meetup, bro.
Yeah, no. Listen, man, we're only 2 hours away too, man. We got to have a beer sometime here. So
Yeah, yeah, well, you know what?
Excuse
Like
me, I don't mean to cut you off, but like, did you just say 10K? Because I just came in. Did you guys say just 10K a month per account in profit? Is what?
we're talking about how to get there. And like the number one
Yeesh.
obstacle right now is the training material for the VAs.
It's funny because I was just
Yeesh.
about to ask the same thing. I did a double take.
Right. Right now, like Dan, let me ask you this. If you worked on your account all day and night personally, would you be able to get an account to 10K a month in profit?
I
well,
don't see
my
why not.
yeah,
Oh,
I
you're
mean, my
asking
best
Dan.
account. I'm sorry, my best account does 33,000 a month in revenue, and you know that one's probably at about 12% profit margin. So Um, yeah, I think if your concentration was that, I don't know that I believe in that. I would rather have 10 accounts that make that make $1,000 a month in net profit. And mainly just because, man, I don't spend hardly shit of time on my accounts. I get my
Right.
accounts to 10,000 items. Dude, you'd laugh. I mean, I don't even know how to use the sniper type thing anymore because literally I did it all back in January. I got like 30,000 Amazon items and I've just been chipping away at those, you know, feeding them in and, you know, having it do about 300 items a day or every other day or whatever. I hardly spend any money on, you know, time on my accounts and they make
Me too.
500 to $1,500 net profit. So the bottleneck is just having more accounts. That's all it is. Having more accounts and having enough Amazon accounts to support them, and of course the VAs to run them. You
Yeah.
know, we're all on the same page, there's no question. But guys, look, you know, you get this course material down, you train a VA to be able to warm up eBay accounts and Amazon accounts. You know, for somebody to get to 10 eBay accounts in a year, making 1,000 net profit a month each is $10,000 a month net profit. It's a no brainer.
Mhm. Le- So I totally go. That's exactly whatever you just said is exactly the way that I'm doing it. But I'm doing it that way because of the training, right? What I know for sure at this point, like for example, product substitution, right, is like such a high leverage skill. And if somebody was listing like 10,000 items like that, right, it's you're
Oh
gonna
yeah. Oh yeah. Of
without a
course.
shadow, but it takes real intelligence to be able to do that. So we're trying to, at this time, like automate it with AI. But another solution would have been to train people to go through that. And what I found is, the real reason that VAs usually fail to do product substitution is because they just don't care enough to do it right. Right? It's like you're seeing the data and you have to make a decision based off the data, right? And a VA could be careless with that unless you do it the way that you do it and you incentivize the VAs heavily.
Listen, it is night and day. My accounts would be nowhere near like this if I just paid VAs by the hour. My best accounts are VAs that are incentivized, and trust me, they push me to make sure things are right too. So that was the best move I ever did, was getting VAs that were incentivized. And look, and off the scope of this, but man, they've got me in TikTok shops and Amazon shops and Walmart shops and holy shit, shops I don't even know what shops are, and when they're incentivized to do that, it's just it's you know
It's like
there's
there's their account and then you're just like the proxy.
that's right. They need LLCs, they need a US citizen, they need somebody to be able to do the banking and the phone numbers and the credit cards and call every once in a while if there's an issue and this, that, and the other, so you're going to be involved a little bit, but bro, I
I'm
have
telling you.
tripled what I made from a year ago. I'm triple that, and I'm doing half the work I ever did.
So Dan, share with us some tips, like what is the incentive that you would give them? And then like I recently out like a 10% incentive to my VAs, but I don't know if that's enough.